Cheating will result in a ban. You can report rule breakers at cbecrftnet/bedrock reports. 1 of 9. 1 of 9. Nine. 8 of 9. 5 of 9. 5 of 9. Class, Platonic split 38 join your game 4 tenths. Class, Ter 12345 RAR join your game 5 tenths. 2 of 9. 2 of 9. 1 of 9. Enter T-Boy left your game 4 tenths. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 minute. 1 of 9. 1 of 9. 2 of 9. 2 of 9. 2 1. Expert Google 32204 left your game 3 tenths. 1 of 9. Class, Nick Murmury joined your game 4 tenths. Class, LYONJR24 joined your game 5 tenths. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 30 seconds. 2 of. Follow our TikTok at QCraft TikTok. We post memes, clips and show off our server. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 10 seconds. Class, Will Hurdle 44419 joined your game 6 tenths. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Class, Jasmine 3709XX joined your game 7 tenths. Teams are 2 and balanced. Countdown restarting. Jasmine 3709XX left your game 6 tenths. Class, Nick XR joined your game 7 tenths. Class, Midweek Marker 42 joined your game 8 tenths. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 10 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Class, Ironclad Ibsen 4 joined your game 9 tenths. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected normal. Selected due to no votes. LYONJR24 thought they could survive in the void. Nick Murmury died in the void. Nick XR was slain by Nick Murmury. Defend 2001 scored. TSN for LOL scored. Ironclad Ibsen 4 scored. Platonic Squid 38 died in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Ter1 2345 RAR was slain by Will Hurdle 44419. Nick XR died in the void. Ironclad Ibsen 4 was slain by TSN for LOL. Defend 2001 scored. Nick Murmury scored. LYONJR24 scored. TSN for LOL scored. Ter1 2345 RAR died in the void. Platonic Squad 38 was slain by Will Hurdle 44419. Defend 2001 died in the void while escaping Nick Murmury. Ironclad Ibsen 4 died in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. TSN for LOL scored. LYONJR24 was slain by Will Hurdle 44419. Platonic Squad 38 died in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Ter1 2345 RAR thought they could survive in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Defend 2001 scored. Ironclad Bison 4 scored. Platonic Squad 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Nick Murmury scored. Will Hurdle 440-419 scored. Defend 2001 scored. TSN for Lal scored. Defend 2001 died in the void while escaping Nick Murmury. Will Hurdle 440-419 died in the void while escaping TSN for Lal. Ironclad Bison 4 thought they could survive in the void. Platonic Squad 38 scored. Midweek marker 42 was slain by Nick Murmury. TSN for Lal was slain by Will Hurdle 440-419. Terrawan 2345R died in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Nick Murmury scored. Nick Texar thought they could survive in the void while escaping LYONJR24. LYONJR24 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Ironclad Bison 4 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for Lal. Platonic Squad 38 was slain by Will Hurdle 440-419. Defend 2001 scored. LYONJR24 died in the void. TSN for Lal died in the void. Platonic Squad 38 thought they could survive in the void. Nick Texar died in the void. Will Hurdle 440-419 scored. Ironclad Bison 4 scored. Nick Murmury scored. Defend 2001 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for Lal. Nick Murmury thought they could survive in the void. Nick Texar died in the void while escaping TSN for Lal. Terrawan 2345R died in the void while escaping Ironclad Bison 4. TSN for Lal scored. Platonic Squad 38 scored. Defend 2001 scored. Will Hurdle 440-419 died in the void while escaping Nick Murmury. Ironclad Bison 4 scored. Nick Texar scored. Defend 2001 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for Lal. TSN for Lal died in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Will Hurdle 440-419 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Platonic Squad 38. Ironclad Bison 4 scored. Nick Texar died in the void while escaping Platonic Squad 38. Platonic Squad 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Will Hurdle 440-419 was slain by Nick Murmury. Defend 2001 scored. Terrawan 2345R scored. Nick Texar was slain by TSN for Lal. Midweek marker 42 died in the void. TSN for Lal scored. Nick Murmury scored. Ironclad Bison 4 scored. Platonic Squad 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Will Hurdle 440-419. Defend 2001 scored. Will Hurdle 440-419 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for Lal. TSN for Lal thought they could survive in the void while escaping Defend 2001. LYONJR24 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Nick Texar. Terrawan 2345R scored. Nick Murmury died in the void while escaping Midweek marker 42. Platonic Squad 38 died in the void. Ironclad Bison 4 scored. Defend 2001 scored. Terrawan 2345R died in the void. Nick Murmury thought they could survive in the void. Platonic Squad 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Will Hurdle 440-419 scored. Ironclad Bison 4 scored. TSN for Lal died in the void. Nick Texar scored. Defend 2001 scored. Nick Murmury died in the void. Midweek marker 42 picked up a speed power up. Midweek marker 42 thought they could survive in the void. Nick XR thought they could survive in the void. Platonic Squid 38 died in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Will Hurdle 44419 scored. Red won the game. Top players blue. TSN for LOL red. Defend 2001. Game length 5 minutes 13 seconds. Kills 2. Deaths 11. KD 0.18. Hit entries 2. Ironclad Bison 4 scored. Plus Platonic Squid 38 joined your game 2/10. Plus Midweek marker 42 joined your game 3/10. Plus Terra 12345 RAR joined your game 4/10. Plus Ironclad Bison 4 joined your game 5/10. Plus Defend 2001 joined your game 6/10. Plus Nick Mercury joined your game 7/10. Plus TSN for LOL joined your game 8/10. Plus LYONJR24 joined your game 9/10. Server is now full. Game starting in 10 seconds. Plus Will Hurdle 44419 joined your game 10/10. Ironclad Bison 4 left your game 9/10. Nick Mercury left your game 8/10. LYONJR24 left your game 7/10. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Terra 120. Plus Player View 6. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Will Hurdle 44419 left your game 9/10. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Clockwise Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected normal. Selected due to no votes. Defend 2001 scored. TSN for LOL scored. This Visa 6 scored. Kimberly Slith scored. Dog 114830 scored. Interact with our community on our forums. CubeCraftNet, introduce yourself, make suggestions and read up on what our community are up to. Midweek marker 42 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. Platonic Squid 38 scored. Nicholas 36X scored. TSN for LOL scored. Defend 2001 scored. Kimberly Slith scored. This Visa 6 scored. Platonic Squid 38 died in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. Dog 114830 died in the void while escaping Defend 2001. This Visa 6 picked up a jump power up. Kimberly Slith died in the void while escaping Defend 2001. Midweek marker 42 scored. Defend 2001 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. This Visa 6 died in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. Platonic Squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. Midweek marker 42 picked up a strength power up. Media people thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. Midweek marker 42 died in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. Defend 2001 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. Platonic Squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Kimberly Slith. Kimberly Slith died in the void while escaping media people. Glamral Pig scored. TSN for LOL died in the void while escaping media people. This Visa 6 picked up a haste power up. Nicholas 36X scored. Defend 2001 scored. This Visa 6 thought they could survive in the void. Media people thought they could survive in the void while escaping Glamral Pig. Midweek marker 42 died in the void while escaping Kimberly Slith. Kimberly Slith picked up a jump power up. Platonic Squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for LOL. Defend 2001 died in the void while escaping TSN for lol. Lamral Pig scored. Imberleaseless scored. Big Lisa 6 scored. Midweek marker 42 picked up a strength power up. Imberleaseless picked up a speed power up. Platonic squid 38 thought they could survive in the void while escaping TSN for lol. A media people was slain by TSN for lol. Imberleaseless picked up a jump power up. This Visa 6 died in the void while escaping Lamral Pig. TSN for lol scored. Imberleaseless scored. Lamral Pig died in the void while escaping midweek marker 42. Platonic squid 38 was slain by Imberleaseless. Dog 114830 thought they could survive in the void while escaping a media people. Imberleaseless scored. This Visa 6 died in the void while